Could you give an explanation of challenge and threat states, but also the newly added neutral state and how it's an important part of the pain-pleasure complex?
So we've talked about challenge versus threat state mindsets for a long time at T2. And for those who are not familiar with it, a challenge state mindset is when you are feeling that something is going to present a risk or a level of uncertainty or something could go wrong. However, the rewards at the end of it are great enough for you to go and engage and have a go. So a challenge state situation might be giving a presentation at work, right? You know that it's your chance to shine. You can impress the boss. You can stand up there and deliver a powerful presentation and inspire the room. That's the reward, right? That's the motivation. But what comes with that is this risk and uncertainty around what if it goes wrong? What if I start sweating? I start mumbling? What if I forget my words? What if I can't feel the questions? You're going to look bad, inferior. People are going to laugh at you. Your credibility is going to be questioned, right? So a challenge state situation is something where you are motivated by the potential of the reward and outcome. It's a challenge. So there is something for you in it, but it absolutely still carries. It triggers that survival mechanism because it carries a level of risk or uncertainty or consequence. A threat state is simply hardwired through evolution where we perceive that we are in immediate threat or danger, or something poses an immediate threat or danger to us. And in a threat state, we just want to get the hell out of there, right? Or we want to fight it and deal with it. And you know, what was once very clear as a threat state was clear and immediate danger. We live in a modern day world now where there's very few things. Like I always ask people questions around, tell me the last time you was in immediate and clear danger. And they can't answer me. Because the reality is most things we face in modern day life do not present an immediate danger to our existence. They just don't. But the brain's very clever at still sending you into a threat state instead of a challenge state in situations and scenarios that are not going to kill you. The presentation at work, having an uncomfortable conversation with a friend or family member if there's some conflict, you know, even getting on a plane or walking over a bridge or swimming in open water. Now, some of those things could present an immediate threat and danger, but the likelihood is very unlikely, but your brain can't decipher between this. So challenge and threat state is a fine line for some people sometimes. What other people determine, this is a challenge and I'm up for it and I've calculated the risks and it's fine. Other people's brains will go into overdrive and say, this is going to kill you, this is bad, get yourself out of there. But what I talk about in the book is there is a third state. And the third state is what we call the neutral state, because life's not all about you're either in threat and in survival mode, or you're up for the challenge and your adrenaline's pumping and you're pushing yourself. Sometimes you're just sat in your comfort zone. And the comfort zone is where you're content. You're neither under challenge and trying to take on endeavors, and you're also neither feeling threatened, worried, or anxious. The neutral state is that time where you sit content, happy, comfortable, you're recharging and resetting the system, and you're busy doing nothing. I talk in the book about being busy doing nothing. And what we've found in our studies and in the people we work with is that the neutral state is far more important than people think. You know, people think it's about just wasting time. It's non-productive. Some people say to me, laying in bed in the morning on a weekend, having a coffee until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock is just a waste of time. It's non-productive. I'm up 6 a.m. in the day, I'm at them, and I'm thinking, brilliant. And if that works for people, that works. But if your neutral state time, because you're busy all week, is a Saturday and a Sunday morning with a coffee in bed, then you must protect that time at all costs. Because our ability to do nothing and reset and recharge our batteries and neither be in challenge or threat is incredibly important. And scientifically, the neuroscience of what your brain is doing in neutral state, the benefits of that are absolutely clear. So if that makes sense, I always like to say to people, think of your psychological states as 3 different states. You can either be in your neutral state, which is very important. You're neither challenged, nor you either in threat mode or under survival. Challenge state, you're taking on an endeavour, you're pushing yourself, it carries some risk or consequence, but there's a reward at the end of it. And threat state, your brain's gone into overdrive and you feel like you want to get out of there or deal with the situation. You feel that there is, for whatever reason, an immediate or clear threat to you, even if that's perceived or real.